Hey, how's it going, YouTube? Time for another cryptocurrency video or something vaguely related to cryptocurrency. I'm going to do a different type of video today. For the last couple of days, I've been being harassed by this guy, Bob Plant, this coward, on Crypto Clover's page. Just look at this guy. Obviously, he's a troll. His picture, he has no picture. He's got 36 subscribers and no content. So obviously it's a troll page, But he approaches me after a comment, and he's like, "Why are there so many niggers on Bitconnect?" So I respond, "Why aren't there more cowards?" And then he says, "Niggers are poor for a reason. You wouldn't catch Jews in Bitconnect. Think about it." You know. So of course he comes off with all kind of ridiculous generalizations. It's just not true. The problem is this. There are too many. There are too many black people making money in Bitconnect. This is the problem. This is the real problem. And if black people are making money, then that's too many. But I wanted to take the time to address some of these things properly. So Bob Plant, this video is for you. First of all black people aren't poor. The United States is a class society. Some black people are quite wealthy. Some black people are very wealthy. And I don't just mean basketball players and actors. That's not what I mean. I mean, there actually are business people. Everybody who's black and wealthy is not singing and dancing. You have well-to-do business people. You know, for example, this is a well-to-do area. Um, I'm not sure where this is at exactly.
That's house.
But this is a black neighborhood
So
in
as
the
you see,
United
we got a
States.
lot of road construction out here, but
They're fixing the roads right
as
now.
we're gonna keep driving through, you're gonna see can you turn down this street right there? Let's see. You have another home here. Slow a little bit, baby. As you can see, it's another.
See, look at that.
The landscaping
These are
and everything.
these are black
Right
houses.
here, show them this house here. More homes. And this, once again, it's a black neighborhood. You don't see no thugs nowhere. Look at this house right here, if y'all can see it. It says before black people stay there too. Do you see any thugs? None of them around the corner at all.
You see any ghetto people?
There's more, homes
No.
here. You can see that one. There's a home there. Yeah, make a left here, babe. Let me show more homes. This is some more houses. As you can see, this is all our people you can look at.
Anyway, so the problem, the real problem. In fact, no. Let's go back to this page here. Right. So, he's like, they're gonna take they gonna take your stuff eventually. You best believe BitConnect is a scam. There's no ways about it. No two ways about it. He keeps calling me the N word and stuff. So I'm trying to save you from yourself. BitConnect will show itself to be a scam, just like the rest of these garbage Ponzi pyramid schemes, right? So he's disrespecting me and he's trying to help me, right? Anyway, the problem is not whether or not BitConnect is a scam or not. The problem is this. The problem is white people have a problem with black people having anything. This has a historical basis. This is Tulsa. This is an example. This is the Tulsa race riot of 1921. This was a town called Greenwood near Tulsa, Oklahoma. This was a prosperous area where ex-slaves had gotten some property, and they built a very prosperous community. It was so prosperous they called it Black Wall Street. What happened? Well, the poor white neighbors, the poor crackers in the Ku Klux Klan, along with the police, got together and they burned Rosewood to they burned uh, Greenwood to the ground. In fact, I got some footage here. Let's take a look.
Some African American communities are prospering, like the residents of Greenwood, a suburb of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Here, former slaves were given land after the Civil War, and this rare footage shows the thriving town they built. A remarkable Baptist pastor named Solomon Sir Jones is the pioneering filmmaker. His footage was lost for more than 50 years. Jones captures the bustling life of Greenwood, which could be any American small town. But Tulsa's whites don't like what they see. In May 1921, after a black man is accused of assaulting a white woman, a white mob rampages through the city. For a night and a day, they loot and burn Greenwood. A Fox News crew captures the only surviving footage. It is the bloodiest racial massacre in American history, leaving nearly 300 dead.
Right, so these were prosperous black people. All right, wasn't no ghetto, was no drugs, was no thugs up in there. And let's take a closer look at Greenwood for a second. The thing that got my attention, hearing about this, my father told me about this a long time ago. The thing that caught my, the thing that really makes this white racist attack is the fact that they had an attack by air. Numerous eyewitnesses describe airplanes carrying white assailants who fired rifles and dropped firebombs on buildings, homes, and fleeing families. The planes, possibly including 6 biplane two-seater trainers left over from World War I, as well as other privately owned aircraft, were dispatched from nearby Curtis Southwest field outside of Tulsa. Law enforcement officials later stated that the planes were to provide reconnaissance and protect against a Negro uprising. Right, so we're the dangerous ones, right? Okay, law enforcement personnel were thought to be aboard at least some of the flights. Eyewitness accounts, such as testimony from the survivors during commission hearings and a manuscript by eyewitnesses, and attorney Bert Colbert Franklin discovered in 2015, said that on the morning of June 1st, men in planes dropped incendiary bombs and fired rifles at black residents on the ground. And this wasn't the only incident that something like this happened. There's another example, another famous example, the Rosewood Massacre of 1923. This was in Florida. Same thing happened, very similar situation. A bunch of jealous white folks talking about a black man raped some white woman, and they burned the place to the ground. Same thing happened. So don't tell me, black people don't have the ability to build anything. We're not all ghetto, and we're not all thugs. That was created later. And by the way, the federal government also made that happen. It was CIA, FBI brought the drugs and the guns into the community. So, I mean, black people didn't do that to themselves. Let's see. Let's move on. I wanted to address this other point, something about this crap about the Jews. This is complete nonsense. Let's see. Yeah, so niggers are poor for a reason. Yeah, the U.S. government made us that way. Let's see. Keep telling me it's a scam. There's no Jews. What is it? Uh, anyway, there's no Jews in Bitconnect or something like that. Oh yeah, here we are. Let's see. Yeah, go and talk to some Jews with money about this shit. Stop thinking like a broke ass N word looking for a get rich quick scheme. Get rich quick scheme. Well, the idea that there are no Jews in Bitcoin, of course, is nonsense. I know some people who are. I've seen some people, seen them, don't know them personally, but there's some Israeli people who are in there who are Israeli Jews. So they use this also. So that's not true. It seems to me that the context of the comment seems to make the assumption that if it's not legitimate, if it's not the central banking system, that it's not legitimate. I suppose is what his point is. So the central banking system, which he considers to be legitimate, is the same one that you put your money in. The money gets eaten up by inflation. It gets devalued. They don't pay you any interest on it. I don't keep my money in that system. That's why I'm looking for other ways to make money. Um, because with cryptocurrency, you're going to see all kinds of opportunities that we've never seen before. For example, this 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 ICO, this is called Salt. Salt is an ICO where a bunch of people got together and they created a way for people to get loans back with cryptocurrency. So you don't need what it says here. The process: easy application, fast approval with no credit checks. Okay, so get cash deposited directly into your bank account. Is this a scam too? This is something new. This is something that's obviously not a Jewish business, as far as I can tell. So, the idea that something's not legitimate because Jews aren't in it is complete nonsense. Later, this guy Bob says something about, yeah, actually, this is interesting. Told him stop calling me nigger, right? So he comes back with nigger, nigger, nigger. No, nigger, I'll call you nigger whenever I want. Nigger, nigger, nigger. Bitconnect is going to take your money and disappear with it before you can get your capital released. You may see these niggers like Craig and Trevon getting paid, but that's because they get commission from suckering in new niggers like yourself. Don't say I didn't warn you, nigger. And I'm just letting this roll off my back. He's not bothering me. I'm amused by this. So I just say, keep dreaming, cracker. You're a coward. He says something about oh, you're bragging about, what is that, putting in $5,000 or something. I'm like, yeah. He said, yeah, okay. I looked at your video. You got a whopping $5,000 in Bitconnect. Oh yeah, I'm really jealous about your 5,000 K. I just respond. I'm just like, look. I'm like, first you criticize me for showing off 29,000 in my wallet. Yeah, I wanted to address that too because I wanted to be honest. Yeah, here it is. Okay, yeah, because he's going into my account. He's looking at it. Your wallpaper shows you got $29,684. You think that's something to brag about? You think you have any idea about investing with that much money? How old are you? I'm just like, oh, well, look, this is none of your business. Anyway, I usually wouldn't address this type of stuff, but I just wanted to set the record straight. Anyway, what else? Yeah, actually, yeah, yeah. Let me comment on the let me comment on the wallpaper for a second. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, here's the wallpaper. Now, FYI, this is just simply a picture that I put into my onto my channel. This is not actually like, how much money I have in my wallet, nor have I ever had this much. It's just a picture I selected because it had to do with cryptocurrency and it fit. This is a stock photo from Google. Um, Actually, I have $11,000 invested in Bitconnect. Of course, you wouldn't be impressed by that either. Just like he's not impressed by $200,000 in Craig Grant's account. Anyway, see, the thing is, let me explain something about rich people real quick. Rich people can be invested to the hilt and still be considered wealthy. Let's say let's say a rich person has 500 million in assets. So his net worth would be 500 million. Let's say he's got several million in real estate, including productive land, stocks and bonds, gold and silver, art, and he drives a used car. See, the truth is, the vast majority of your millionaires in the United States, they drive a used car. They don't buy this stuff that middle class and poor people buy, because cars are expensive and they're expensive to maintain. Wealthy people, people who are really wealthy, don't use banks. You think Oprah Winfrey has her $3 billion in the bank? She doesn't. The vast majority of her wealth is in real estate. That's why she has so many houses and stuff around the world. Donald Trump too. These people don't keep their money in bank accounts and not flashing it to everybody. So you can't tell how much somebody has by how much they invested in Bitconnect or how much they have in a cryptocurrency wallet. I know that's not all they have. This is a certain manifestation. This guy's just looking to insult me for no freaking reason. Anyway, let's go on ahead and make an investment in Bitconnect. I'm gonna pause the video for a minute so I can convert this stuff. I don't want to take too much time. Hold on a second. And we're back. So I made my investment. I put the money in. I converted it too. Anyway, so I wanted to end this off that this is what we're dealing with here. What we have here is the phenomenon of angry white men who sociologist Michael Kimmel is talking about here. And in this article in The Guardian, he says, during the Obama years, various commentators made wild predictions about the death of the white male as a politically relevant demographic. Then came Trump, propelled to power by a wave of angry white men. The sociologist Michael Kimmel is one of the world's foremost experts on the phenomenon. As the director of Stony Brook University's Center for the Study of Men and Masculinities, he is the leader in the emerging field of masculinity studies. His recent research has looked at topics including spree killers, who are overwhelmingly male and white, as well as the relationship between masculinity and political extremism. He's also just wrapped up a book studying why men join hate groups and how they leave. Anyway, I've read about this guy, Michael Kimmel. I mean, basically what he's talking about is that in America nowadays, it's very different than what it used to be. A lot of white men, middle class white men, and even working class white men are feeling demasculinated because they feel that they have lost their America. The America in which the white man could get out and get everything that just about get anything that they wanted. That went away with the coming of the civil rights movement, the women's movement. All these things were not guaranteed for white men. White man could get out and just get everything basically handed to them, and that's not so much the case anymore. It means the rise of the civil rights movement, black people getting a little bit more affirmative action, which actually helps white women more. And everybody knows that people who are on social benefits, the group that largely benefits from this is also white women. Anyway, so everything's not handed to them, so these white men feel like they have lost something and they have to attack somebody for it. So they blame everybody else. They blame whatever, homosexuals, black people, immigrants, and even white women. So we have nothing to do with this. This is how the system is dividing and conquering us. I mean, if these people really understood what was going on, they would see that the system is playing us off against each other. You get Black Lives Matter and the Nazis. I mean, this is how fascist movements develop. And this is just what Michael Kimmel is talking about in his book. Anyway, I know that a lot of this has nothing to do with cryptocurrency whatsoever. I just wanted to end off, wealthy people I just wanted to say, wealthy people do not keep their money in banks. They have their money in assets that are paying them back. They don't save their money. As Robert Kiyosaki says, savers are losers. You put your money into assets that are paying you back. You might not necessarily have disposable cash to flash around. Just because you have a roll of Federal Reserve notes does not necessarily make you wealthy. Wealth is determined by your net worth. So largely that might be in real estate and art and other things. Art is not just simply a decoration. The wealthy see it as an investment. So the way I look at it, do what the wealthy do, and you'll be wealthy too. That's the way I live, and that's the way I think. So, speaking of being wealthy, let's go on ahead and stick this in here. I'm going to make this investment. Let's see. I've currently got I got $50.36. My active investment is $6,700. So I'm going to make a loan to the system of 300 US dollars. So let's lend Bitconnect 300. Let's bump this up some more. And I'm just going to leave this to gather interest. Success. Loan of 300 US dollars. Loan to the Bitconnect bot. Okay, so active investment, 6,700. Active investment is now 7,000 US dollars. This is in my second account from Genix to Crypto. Actually, the amount earned has been very nice. Yeah, I've earned over $3,000 from my investment. So I made over $2,000 plus an additional $1,000 from my initial investment of about $2,000. Not bad for about maybe 4 months of doing nothing. So I'm going to build this up to about $10,000. I remember something else this guy said. Said something about, I just have $5,000. Oh, well, actually, I have two accounts. He doesn't know that. So now I have $11,000 actively invested in Bitconnect. And I'm going to build both of them up to about $10,000 a piece, and then I'm just going to leave it and let it gather interest for the next couple of months. I did the math. If I leave $10,000 in there and allow it to gather interest, within the next year, it'll be up to about $100,000. After that, it'll be up to like 1.2 or 3 million or something like that. So time is your friend. So this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It takes time. It takes time to mine cryptocurrencies. It takes time to get your interest paid back in Bitconnect. I don't do Ponzi schemes. I don't do get-rich-quick schemes. So with that, if you like what you see, sign up under me. I'll put the links in the description for all the articles and videos that I have shared with you today. So until next time, YouTube. Peace.